So my mum and dad migrated from Macedonia back in the 60s. I was born in Newtown, then grew up in Western Sydney. And I've always been an entrepreneur of myself, definitely instilled from my mum and dad. So even at a young age in high school, I would wash cars around the neighbourhood as a self-employed teenager. And then that evolved into my career as an accountant. I got a lot of itchy feet working for other accountants. I just saw that they were basically more compliance, more form fillers, glorified bookkeepers rather than innovative thinkers. And I thought I could do a much better job than the guys that are training me. So I decided to go out on my own. So it started several years before the introduction of the GST under the Howard government. It was quite an innovative time for the accounting industry. The accountants were the quite critical component of the new tax system. We are at the centre of all decision making. So it's not just a matter of doing your compliance work, your tax returns and your GST. I believe in the accounting industry is to do some effective tax planning legally, where the business owner can end up with more money after their taxes to give them an opportunity to invest. It's all about wealth creation and looking at decision making from the top down. We take a holistic approach, not just focusing on, will this give me a tax deduction? The biggest challenge is the structure. When you buy a property, how do you buy the property? What name? And that's the critical component, not only from an asset protection point of view, but also from a tax planning point of view. Unless you get the structure right, it's very costly to fix later on. So the challenges we find within our decision making is, what name will this property go under? Do we have a structure in place? And the good thing is with Investment Plus Accounting, we have structures that are proprietary to us that no other accounting firm in Australia does have, which gives you the advantage to do two things: protect your assets, minimise your tax, whether it's a small business or a major business. So when we look at your business, we are tailoring the structure that's perfect for you. Accounting, tax, and finance are related together. Without the right numbers, you can't get the finance. So purposely, we have created a finance division within our group. We can do several things: cash flow forecasts, knowing that the numbers that we develop have integrity, which a lot of the funders do trust, and in return, you get an approval on your loan application. Self-managed super funds, I found, are quite the ideal structure when it comes to purchasing property. Properties double every 10 years. So when you buy a property, you're working off a cost base, say $1 million, compared to the deposit that you put into the property of $200,000. You're going to get a much better return with a self-managed super fund investing in property, which will double every 10 years. And then at the same time, not paying any capital gains tax after the age of 60. We actually won Best Tax Accountant for 2024 in Australia, Best of the Best Awards. We also won the Global Recognition Award, and we're getting a lot of good write-up in Forbes. Things are going great from that perspective. Australia still remains one of the highest taxing countries in the OECD countries. We've also set up an offshore entity that allows our clients to take advantage of setting up offshore entities, but within the legal realms of the Australian taxation system, where we can take advantage of transfer pricing rules to minimise your tax. The way I look at my clients is, if they grow, I grow. So our objective is for every single one of our clients to take them in a better position, not only from a tax perspective, but also from a wealth creation perspective. So if they are growing their assets, if they are growing as a business, then we grow as well.